Okay, welcome to the University of Winchester, and again, Election Steve Brine TV. I'm delighted to say that the Havant MP and the Shadow Secretary of State for University Innovation and Skills, David Willetts, is here at the University of Winchester.
Yes,
nice
great,
to see you, David.
Great to be here,
Thanks
Steve.
for coming on campus. Now, we've just had a look round at some of the new buildings that are here and had a chat with Tommy Geddes, the Pro-Vice Chancellor and the incoming President of the Students' Union, about higher education issues and fees. What are the issues that are going to face this sector and this university over the next couple of years, whoever wins the election?
Well, first of all, Steve, it's fantastic to be here. I really like this university and I could sense that you were comfortable with it and how much respect there was for you. I think for young people, one of the issues is quite simply getting into university this summer. We're having another surge in applications, not least because there was actually a mini baby boom back in 1992. And there could be well over 100,000, perhaps 200,000 people applying who can't get places. We've been looking at what we could do about that, and we've worked out a practical measure to bring some extra money in as a once-off, just to pay for extra places this summer while there's this crisis, offering a discount if people repay their student debt early. And there'll be 30 billion of student debt outstanding. If that brings in some money, we can use that, and we think it should bring in at least 300 million, to pay for extra places, at least 10,000 extra places at university this summer. So first of all, we're offering extra places at university. In the longer run, we're all waiting for Lord Brown's report on the funding of universities. We don't know what he's going to say, but for me a crucial test will be, whatever he comes up with, it has to improve the quality of the student experience. People going to university have to see there's something in it for them.
And you know, just looking at fees at the moment versus what fees are going to be, do you think students have become consumers in the last 5-6 years, as much as you'd expect them to have become consumers?
I think students have become more consumerist, and that's inevitable. I think actually also students are much more serious-minded than in my day. When I talk to students and visit student unions, they are not plotting Marxist revolution in Latin America. They're complaining how long it takes to get their essays back, how crowded their seminars are, how many places there are for screens in the university library. Those are the kind of issues that worry them, and we think there should be far more information from universities for students and prospective students about that sort of thing, so that students know what they can expect if they go to a particular university. We're also pressing for much more information about what your chances are of getting a well-paid job after you've done a particular course at a particular university.
And I think, you know, we were saying in there in the meeting, you know, this university is grown out of a relatively small college into now a University of Winchester, and it's so important to the economy of this city. You know, a lot of the students who work here run the service sector in town. You know, when we go and buy pizza in town at lunchtime, they're the ones that serve it to us, and it's fantastic, and it gives the city a really lively, vibrant feel, and we want this university to thrive and to survive and really go forward in the long term. They've got a brand new student union building, they've got the new Faculty of Arts, the new residence blocks, you know, and it really seems like it's a university that's growing, that's going places. Let me ask you a really difficult question here. If you were to take away fees completely from higher education institutions, as some people are suggesting, what do you think would be the effect on the University of Winchester?
Well, I think the effect of trying to go back to a world when there were no fees would be we simply would not be able to afford the number of students there are now, because that world, which I was a beneficiary of, was one where 5 or 10% of young people went to university. Now 40% at least of young people go to university. So there would be a catastrophic reduction in the number of students, and also there'd be a decline in the quality of student provision. That's why I said that Lord Brown's funding review, which I think should look imaginatively at how we can improve the funding of universities, should have as its key test what we can do to improve the student experience. And I think if students can be properly assured by far better information and far better accountability about what universities are doing with the money they get, be it fees or in other ways, if they can see this is ensuring that the library is properly stocked with books, this is ensuring that we've got a new arts centre, this is ensuring that the seminars are not too crowded, this is ensuring that the science labs have got the latest equipment. That's a good use of money, and if it means that you get a better quality education and a better chance of getting a job afterwards, then I think students and their families would accept it.
I agree, and to end, you know, we spend a lot of time up here on campus. We've got the only and the first political student society, which is the Conservatives here on the University of Winchester, and it's great great to have them. Students are really interested in this election, in my experience, and many of them are going to vote for the first time in this election. And you're a very experienced MP and a very experienced member of many shadow cabinets. Just looking at the bigger picture here, why should students at the university look that way and tell them why they should support me and David Cameron?
Well, I think that the younger generation in particular has had a raw deal in this recession. They're the ones who've been worst hit by unemployment, they're the ones whose voice has not been heard, they're the ones who've been betrayed by the government's failure to live on the environment. And I think that younger people coming out to vote is crucial. And if you look at what we will have in the manifesto that, as I speak, is going to be published tomorrow on key issues like the environment, as well as on education, as well as strengthening our society and reforming our politics, people will see that this is a party worth voting for.
David, thanks very much for coming to Winchester. Much more information on stevebrine.com and other films here on stevebrine.tv, and we look forward hopefully to get your support on the 6th of May.